Here's Reed. McGugan. Tackling forward in the middle here. That could have gone anywhere. Came off Matt Mills behind for a corner.
Well, it's fantastic build-up, and Andy Reid is at the heart of it. He's just dropping off. You can see him here. He plays the initial ball into the striker's feet, and then suddenly some width from Nottingham Forest. The ball in's decent, but there's just so many defenders.
Forest want to keep this pressure on. Gillett. Lovely drop of the shoulder from Lewis McGugan. A pretty worthy effort as well.
And he's just trying to wrap his left foot round this ball and bend it into the far corner. Just doesn't catch it cleanly. He's maybe a little bit off his ankle more than off his instep. And the keeper does well. The keeper will be
Zalona. Here's Reed. No offside flag here. Dexter Blackstock.
The angle was certainly against him, but he got that ball on his chest, got it down far too easily. Good build-up play, good movement from Blackstock. Those Bolton defenders don't get close enough. That encourages him to shoot.
Forest one of 7 sides unbeaten.
I think you look down the league, and generally half the league will fancy their chances of finishing in the top 6. If you look at the squad lists of Bolton and Blackburn, they're probably the favourites for me.
McGugan! A little bit of something very special from Lewis McGugan.
Oh, Bolton might be the favourites for the title, but this is an absolutely stunning goal, and he just seems to catch Adam Bogdan completely unawares. He's had a sighter earlier on in the game with his left foot, but he strikes this so cleanly with his right. The Bolton keeper has absolutely no chance. It's been coming because Forest have started the better. Good possession football, but if you back off a player like McGugan, he will punish you. But that is such a true strike, and seeing it from this angle, get a perfect view. It's an absolutely clean strike, and the keeper, no chance.
Well, it is a great sight and a great sign for Nottingham Forest when Lewis McGugan starts banging them in. He's a streaky player because... Well, it's certainly worth another look, isn't it?
It's absolutely stunning. If you just notice the areas that he's finding some space and Forest are getting the ball into his feet, this is what happens here. He just picks up a bit of space, but just before he shoots, he just relaxes. He knows what he wants to do, and he just relaxes and concentrates on really striking. He moves devilishly in the air, but the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. It's all about the contact he makes. You can practice all week long, but getting it right on a match day, very tough, but absolutely spot on for McGugan.
Now he turns provider with a delightful ball for Simon Cox.
Sam Ricketts, who gets all the way back to block the shot from Cox, but time and again Forest are getting too much space on the ball. McGugan once again, no one pressuring him. There's not enough defenders back. In the end, Ricketts does really well to recover. That's a nasty one on the top of the right foot for Simon Cox.
Get that one quite right, Mark Davis, that is. Lewis McGugan. Simon Cox, look at Andy Reid's run into the box, leaves it for Blackstock. And the referee's whistle brings respite and relief in equal. He can't thought about coming, Kevin Davis.
Danny Collins does terrifically well here. Because the ball comes in from Chris Eagles, looks like Kevin Davis is going to get to this. Just at the last minute, just a little jump backwards. And the centre half just manages to get a touch on it. Does it come off Kevin?
Andy Reid. A lunging challenge there from Keith Andrews. Guediora into shooting range. Guediora
does really well to switch this ball under a lot of pressure from right to left foot and get a shot away, and Forest to really dominate.
With the overlapping run, throws it up towards Davis. It's come back off the post. Eagles. 7 minutes before the break, Chris Eagles levels it up for Bolton.
Oh, it's just what I said, how quickly things can turn around in the Championship. And for the first time, it's a really decent ball in here from Sam Ricketts. A great run from Chung Yong Lee, though, to take a couple of Forest defenders away. This is a quality ball in. Davis feels he probably should score, but Eagles does well. He concentrates and he hits the target. It's a thunderous shot. Lee Camp absolutely no chance. And really from very little, Bolton find themselves right back in the game.
The Bolton tails are up now. Ricketts, who provided the cross. Eagles, who finished the job. Sordell! And Lee Camp pulls off a save.
Well, Lee Camp is absolutely furious because the time and space that Sordell has here is criminal from a Forest point of view. They've just conceded. You've got to be tighter than this. You could go in 2-1 down. He probably really, considering the space he has, he should be heading this wide, well wide of the goalkeeper. He just gives Lee Camp a chance, but that's still a
super run from Mears. He's got him behind Harding here. Halford there to ease it away, but it's suddenly far from easy for Nottingham Forest as we approach half-time.
Well done.
Best to try and get himself into the game a little bit more in this second half than he was able to do in the first. Davis has taken it away from Halford. Opportunity not. Sordell! Marvin Sordell pops up with his first goal for Bolton.
Oh, it's great link-up play between the Bolton front two. I talked about the tempo of their play being increased after half-time, and Greg Halford just dwells on this ball, and Kevin Davis chases it down, and then he does really well. He could have been selfish and gone for the shot at the near post. They should just clear this away. Halford could have just dealt with his first time. He dwells on it. Great work from Kevin Davis. This is not an easy finish, actually. It's up around the hip area for Marvin Sordell. He adjusts his body really well. It's a really good spot from Kevin Davis, and it's a tidy finish. Lee Camp, absolutely no chance, and what a turnaround we've had. Absolutely dominating in the first half. Bolton, they got a goal just before the break, and they've come out in the second half and they've grabbed a second.
Davis. Bolton are knocking it around really well. Andrew Sordell!
Oh, what a chance for Marvin Sordell to possibly kill the game off, and after 35 for Forest, we know they can play good football. Can they stand up to the physical challenge that Bolton are really posing them?
Cox could be in here. That's that night back in the nick of time.
I had a choice here, just maybe taking this shot on first time. That must have gone through his mind. Great movement. He's onside. He gets away from Zat Knight very easily. Just wondered whether he might just volley this first time. Once he takes a touch, Zat Knight can always get back in there, and the defender does well in the end.
Here's Simon Cox. Great run from Reid. 2-2. Andy Reid for Nottingham Forest. The old boy delivers.
Well, it's a magnificent finish from Andy Reid, but what about the weight of the pass from Simon Cox? I've been so impressed with his all-round performance. He's unselfish here. As the ball is knocked forward, Blackstock does really well to win the initial header, but Simon Cox on the turn, the weight of his pass is quite brilliant. Andy Reid doesn't have to break stride, just has to concentrate on hitting the target with that great left foot of his, and Bogdan absolutely no chance. What a response from Forest, and what a game we have on now.
This is turning into quite a way to start the bank holiday weekend. Bolton 2, Forest 2, and we haven't even played an hour yet.
Well, when your centre forwards can combine like that, your midfielders.
Sordell. This is Eagles now.
There's Mark Davis on the end of another really good ball in from Chris. They've got a Phobie and Davis in the box. You've got to supply them.
And towards that night, Davis got the touch, and Lee Camp able to fall on it, mightily relieved.
Well, this is not an easy header. I think it's Keith Andrews. Eventually just drifts towards the far post. Solid header from Davis. You see, he's just trying to maybe just help this ball on. Can't get any purchase on it. And in the end, Lee Camp has a decent view, and it's a fairly comfortable stop.
Of these in the second half, Bolton. This one will be delivered by Lee. Kevin Davis scoops it over, puts his head in his hands.
Well, he shouldn't be finding this amount of space. He seems to get caught in two minds, whether to volley this or diving head it. But how on earth is Kevin Davis finding that much space in a penalty area? He's the centre forward. He's one of the biggest dangers, and no one is anywhere near him. Just drifts away from everybody, and should be doing a lot better. He knows he should be hitting the target from that kind of distance. Ricketts up towards Davis. Halford there.
Gillett has stolen it away from Mark Davis. Here's Cox now, can he finish? Back comes Zat Knight.
Well, Zat Knight does fantastically well because he's just waiting to see what Simon Cox wants to do. Gillett does really well to win it back, and Bolton are in trouble. The pass is perfect. He just can't get away from Zat Knight. Those long legs get him back in there. He just waits too long to get the shot away. And that's superb defending from the centre half.
Taken in by Reed, Knight threw himself at it. There was a chance at the far post there. Cox in disbelief.
Well, he's just waiting to knock this into an empty net, but Tyrone Mears just gets in his face, a flick on at the near post, and Tyrone Mears just about does enough to put off Simon Cox at the far post. There it is, just a little touch, as Cox is waiting just to head that home.
Hutchinson manhandle, free kick. Forest get on with it quickly. Reed, Gillett. Can he find Cox?
Comes from Gillett's quick free kick. It's really quick thinking, and then suddenly Forest are off and away, and it's a wonderful cross. Simon Cox has covered some ground tonight. Well, he'll maybe just think another yard ahead, and I could have maybe turned this in. He points to where he wants the ball. It's a wicked ball in from Gillett. He does everything right. It's a whisker away, and under a bit of pressure at the back, Forest, but they break so quickly. Quick thinking, and Cox is disappointed.
Where if there is another one, it's getting very hard to bounce back from it. Reed viciously whipped into that near post.
Sam Ricketts is rubbing his head, but it's brilliant defending. Wonderful ball in from Andy Reid. And Ricketts is brave at that near post. Puts his head in. He's got his goalkeeper at his back, a striker.
Harding. Andy Reid finding a pocket of space. Just unable to find the top corner.
Well, they hammed an awful lot in the first half. Andy Reid just finding little pockets of space, turning, and no one closes him down. Mills doesn't make a move towards him. You've got to get closer than that, because Bolton could have paid a very, very heavy price. If that had flown in, that could have been the match winner.